Wax on, wax off. Put him in a body bag, Johnny. Yeah, whatever. We watched The Karate Kid for this week's episode of...
Well, we'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
Hell yeah, dude.
What if instead of God of War, it was Pod of War? And it was the three of us climbing up Mount Olympus, killing the gods of podcasting.
Which is all the junkie list
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
And we're just throwing hand axes at them.
Yeah.
Have you played the new God of War?
No,
I've heard it's meant to be amazing.
It's PlayStation exclusive, so I can't.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I
I
really
keep
want to play it.
forgetting
Like, it was
that you've
great.
done it.
That's
If we were
Spider-Man.
killing the gods of podcasting, we'd be killing ourselves.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
the whole point is we get to the top of the mountain.
Yeah,
because
because we're like the vengeful god that's been kicked out of Mount Olympus.
Yeah, we rule over Mount
Because,
Olympus after we kill
yeah.
the Zeus of
Yeah,
podcasting,
'cause-
Alexi Teleopoulos.
Yeah, because Zeus was like...
'Cause he's Greek.
Your podcasting is too good. And so we were banned from Mount Olympus. We had a son out of wedlock who's heavily implied to be Thor, I believe, or Loki, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Loki, something like that. And then...
I know he fights Thor in the game, so I don't know. Yeah. I reckon they'll do Christian gods eventually. I'll play that one.
That'd be sick.
That'd be cool to
But
get,
isn't
like-
the Christian gods just God? Oh, you mean like Seraphs, like the Metatron and Michael and
Yeah, that sort of shit.
Jimmy, Saint Jimmy.
St. Jimmy,
Yeah,
the
Saint,
Green Day.
Saint Jimmy,
Yeah.
what's her name?
Yeah, like you do like...
Jesus of Suburbia.
there's a lot of like Catholic mysticism and shit. You could do like stuff about like, you know, the Latin Catholic interpretation of the Madonna or something like that,
Yeah.
stuff like that, and like you could do stuff about like Saint Anthony. Is it Saint Anthony who finds lost things? I think that's the Saint Anthony. I think.
What about like a level where you're on Noah's Ark and you have to beat up animals in 2x2?
That would be more a Jewish thing. That's like originally a Jewish
Why are you
thing
beating them up?
because it's God of War.
Yeah,
It's a fighting video game.
Otherwise, you just make.
Otherwise,
fun
he's
of
just
what it is.
playing. You know,
I think
Animal Crossing.
there is a because have you heard of those games that were like they repurpose like the Wolfenstein and Doom engine to
Yeah.
make Christian shooters?
Yeah, of course.
Where you
They
just
joke
go
about it on The
around and
Simpsons.
like you be nice.
Yeah.
You know, like that
Shoot
thing
Bible.
from
Like
The
there's the one in
Simpsons?
Simpsons where they shoot Bibles at people. It's all shit like that.
That, like, you didn't kill him, you just turned him into a Unitarian.
Yeah,
or whatever.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like that. But it would be cool. Oh man, what else could you do with the crew? I mean, there's some probably you could beat up some child molesters or something. I guess.
Yep. Pot of War is pretty good though. I was pretty excited for that pun personally.
Yeah, Pot
Yeah.
of War is great, man.
Pot of War. Yeah.
We're on top of our game. This is 3 bangers in a row.
Yeah.
You're never going to find a more consistent streak of episodes, junkie, than these 3. Before it goes, before
Yeah.
it's 2020, we're
the third
burnt
one
out.
we
and
are 2 minutes and 30 seconds into,
Yeah,
and
but
we're
it's-
already like, yeah, we done it again.
yeah, it's to the next step.
Yep. No, to the next step up Mount Olympus.
What do you think is the shortest we could do on this podcast without seeming like we were mugging off our listeners?
38 minutes.
I reckon 35. Like, not saying that we are going to, like, but just like threatening them to keep them in line sometimes seems
I love
good.
the idea that you can't wait to get off the pod so you can go down to the pub and have the same conversations with.
Yes, without the pressure of junkie ignoring us.
Yeah. We can drop more names in real life.
Yeah.
We don't really hold back here much, though. We probably should. We should be better with that.
Nah, why?
I
We
don't
don't. Whose fucking thing are we?
Well, what if one of us gets like famous for like unrelated reasons, like not even comedy necessarily,
Uh-huh.
and then they go and find our content? It's like, yeah, there's like 9 minutes here of Andrew Hastings saying he's not a pedophile. I don't know if this guy should be our mayor. I don't know if that's
I think you could brand it all under comedy.
that's
Right.
true. Not if I'm running for mayor. I couldn't. I could if it was like a
Yeah, but do you think
thing.
you'd run for
You think
mayor
you
with
could,
butt baby behind you? Like,
Yeah.
You saying I can never run for public office, Jamie?
Do you think you could...
no, I think you can.
You think I can?
But also,
Yeah.
like, for mayor, do you think you could take down Clover?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
She's had a long run.
I will rule this town with an iron
Keep
fist.
Sydney open.
Yeah. We're going to have reverse lockout laws where you get locked out of your home at midnight and you're not allowed back in to 4 a.m.
And you're allowed
Yeah.
guns.
Yeah, you're all allowed guns, obviously.
Yeah, I don't think you couldn't. Like, why couldn't you run for office? Like, if Arnold Schwarzenegger was governor for a term, why
That's
can't
true.
like? And he's like been caught on like camera, like saying the N word, hasn't he?
What about if you're allowed guns, but you're not allowed to use them for self-defense or hunting?
So you can only use them to harm other people.
Well, that's also illegal. So it's like, but like, it's like a wink and a nod to that's what you're supposed to use it for.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, like, I feel like that's gun laws already. That's right, satire.
Yeah, man. Like that Tim Robinson sketch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
except better.
Yeah.
That is a
We're
very
doing
funny
it.
sketch, though.
Yeah. Where he's in a gun shop.
I was obsessed with the idea of turning the movie we're about to discuss into a musical while watching it.
Damn.
I'm listening.
Well, like I googled it and it's being done.
Really?
But it was like but it sounded worse than my thing. Just because I thought like the centerpiece song about Cobra Kai called "The Bad Boys of Karate" could be
of
like one of the
course.
funniest songs
Of course.
ever.
Yeah.
Like it's guys in like black gi like yelling
Yeah,
at
Cobra
each
Kai
other.
are fucking hilarious.
How
Oh,
you
like-
could go?
Wait,
Like,
are we talking about the movie now? Should we just get into it?
I mean, yeah, just say the words.
Sure. Well, hi, welcome to We'll Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All, a podcast about teen sex comedies and things thereabouts. This week we're doing The Karate Kid. It's a 1984 American martial arts drama film written by Robert Mark Kamen and directed by John Avildsen. It's the first installment in the Karate Kid franchise and stars Ralph Macchio, Noriyuki, Pat Morita, and Elizabeth Shue.
Okay, so Wax On, Wax Off is obviously a song.
Yeah, well, here's what like I was thinking like the
What if
first.
it's the band Wax, like WAAX on,
I interviewed
WAAX off?
the singer of
Waxahachie.
that
What?
band.
It's Waxahachie.
I interviewed the singer, Waxahachie.
Whatever.
Is what it is. They're a great band. I like Wax as well. I interviewed her for the music. She was lovely.
I think like the first song obviously would be called "I'm Just a Kid from New Jersey,"
Yeah.
and it'd be him like doing like obvious Jersey stuff, like
Yeah.
and like because like the idea is that
Talks
like
about Springsteen.
yeah, but like
4
he
times.
hates like he's moving
just a
to
kid. I can't do the-
he's
how do you
moving
do
to
a
like
Jersey accent?
California and he's comparing things negatively to Jersey, and the song would just be like all of New Jersey's worst elements, like
Yeah.
fucking someone getting murdered and like buried in a marsh,
Yeah.
and like whereas like and
Jersey
he's, like,
Shore.
and he's like California because you could probably update it to be in 2019 because it's even funnier to have
Yeah.
so many people be fervently into karate.
Yeah.
Like just that was the thing that inspired it. Just the whole movie, how many people were into karate.
Yeah.
Like he
That's
moved
always
school and everyone's like, yeah, I fucking love karate.
So many
dude.
movies have that, and it's hilarious. Pokemon have that. Every character in Pokemon only cares about Pokemon.
Yeah.
Even in like WWE, all the characters, it's like, do these men not have lives outside of
Yeah.
this? Like, is that? And even like fucking, I don't know. Wasn't like there was an example I was thinking of the other day. But yeah, it's like Karate Kid's perfect. It's like it's the town where karate is the thing that you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or kind of like, I feel like we do something. Oh, like dance movies is what I'm thinking of. Like, in Step Up or whatever.
Yeah, for some reason, just everyone's
Everyone
great at it.
is great at dancing, and it's also all they care about. Like, everyone
Yeah.
takes it very seriously, and you know.
Yeah, because like the idea is like the Cobra Kai has been trained to be a ruthless karate boy collective.
Sweep the
Yeah,
leg.
yeah, well,
sweep the
yeah,
like
well, sweep
what? I
the
don't
leg.
know if I should sweep the leg.
Yeah, that's a great song.
There's definitely a song called "Put Him in a Body Bag, Johnny."
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely written by an emo band, right? That sounds like an emo song.
There
title.
is an emo song called there's a pop punk song called Body Bag, but it's got nothing to do with Karate Kid.
Yeah.
I bet you if you look through song titles from mid 2000s emo, there would be a song called Sweep the Leg.
Yeah, it'll be sweep the
I'm gonna
leg
Google
or
it right
put him in
now.
a body. Put him in a body. There'll be like some sort of Karate Kid reference in emo stuff.
It would be it would be like the perspective as well that they tried to take on How I Met Your Mother, where like Barney thinks that Johnny is the hero. of the
Yeah,
movie.
they do a whole fucking. That's a horrible storyline.
Oh, it's terrible.
I hated that shit.
Yeah, but I mean, like for this, I think like you keep the story, but like everything should be done with a kind of like wink to be like, this is the stupidest shit ever. Like you shouldn't change it to be like Billy Zabka's the good guy. Like it should all be like it should
It's
still
just the
be.
plot of Karate Kid.
It's
Yeah.
the plot of Karate Kid with songs about how stupid Karate Kid is.
Sweep the leg.
Yeah, and like Wax On, Wax Off is obviously a song.
Yeah. Karate Kid would definitely have like fucking one of the Data Remembers biggest songs is a Night at the Museum line of dialogue.
Really.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm made of wax, Larry. What are you made of? It's like one of their biggest hits.
Sweep the
hate
Leg
that.
is a song by a band called No More Kings, and it's 8 minutes and 41 seconds long.
No More Kings also sounds like a metalcore band.
Yeah. No More Kings are the Los Angeles-based musical collaboration of singer-songwriter Pete Mitchell and producer-songwriter Neil Robbins. Haven't heard of either of those. The music is known for its frequent references to figures in pop culture.
So there you
It's
go.
pop.
That is a
It's
Karate
pop
Kid.
rock.
Man, we're pretty close.
Yeah. So anyway, so like that. So like the first song would be "I'm Just a Kid from New Jersey,"
Yeah.
and it would be all about like Tony Soprano and
Yeah.
stuff, like
Yeah.
killing people.
Yeah.
And then just saying like,
Can't get no gabagool in Hollywood.
Yes, I love that.
Everyone in LA going for a hike. I just want to be driving around the Jersey Turnpike.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe, please. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you could do rhyme Jersey Turnpike with a very offensive term for Jewish people about them running Hollywood.
Yep, you could. You know how the capital of Jersey is Newark?
Yes.
What is? I'm sure it's been done because the film, whatever film New York, the song is from. Surely someone's done a Newark parody, right? Surely.
Would have to be.
Oh,
It's right there. Like it's
That thing.
There's already a rivalry between Jersey and New York, obviously, and like
That, with just the similarity sounding thing has been done to death. Like that's like a thing in Flight of the Conchords.
Is it?
Where they think they're playing they think they're playing Central Park in New York, and it's a Central Park in Newark.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny. Yeah.
So what else? So then what happens after? So after he moves in, he doesn't meet Mr. He does meet Mr. Miyagi pretty quickly, doesn't
Yeah.
He just doesn't get trained by him for a while.
he? Yeah, he doesn't get trained by.
Did you guys like this movie when you were kids?
Loved it.
I was crazy about it.
I loved it. I did karate.
Yeah, I watched every sequel to this.
I only saw this movie for the
Oh,
first time
I haven't
2 days
seen the
ago.
Hilary Swank one, but I saw all the ones with Ralph Macchio.
Man, the Hilary Swank one, it's like, damn, the Karate Kid's a girl now?
Yeah,
And she's
fuck.
hot. 13-year-old me could not handle that.
Did you beat off to her?
Maybe.
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
Speaking of children,
If not in that film, another one.
how old do you think Ralph Macchio is?
Much younger than everyone else seems to be.
But how old do you think he was at, like when
How old's
this
the
came
character
out?
supposed to be?
I think he's supposed to be like 13, 14, right?
He's probably like
No,
17.
they're in like high school. I think it's supposed to be like 16, 17 maybe.
Really? To me, he really
He looks
reaches
like
like a
13.
13. Oh, no, but
Yeah.
he's supposed to be able to drive because he gets a car at the end.
Yeah.
I think you can drive a little earlier in the US.
16, I think.
Yeah,
You can
I
get your L's on 16.
I think
here,
he's
but
meant.
not yet.
I think he's meant to be 16, 17. But how old? Like, have a stab at how old he was when this came out.
17.
13.
23.
What the
He
fuck?
looks like a
He looks
10-year-old.
like a
Yeah.
little boy.
Yeah.
He's 23, and Elizabeth Shue was 20 or 21.
Oh, well, now I feel a lot better about some
Being real
of
horny
the
for it.
male gaze that I was
Yeah.
practicing. Elizabeth Shue is like hot as shit.
Yeah, she's an Elizabeth Shue. No, all right.
How
If Caution said it, you would have laughed.
How crazy is that though? Like that is an insane baby face. He was 23.
Yeah,
for sure.
especially because everyone from Cobra Kai looks so much older than him.
What about Cobra Kaiser? End of riff.
Yeah, well,
That's
like a,
gone through his head.
That's like a thing
For
about.
Oh,
like,
he's called his show that. He
Yeah,
already
yeah,
did
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Well, I
Did
mean,
he
like
really?
this is
Yeah, his show this year.
Yeah,
I
it
just
was
remembered.
his show
It's
this
called
year.
Cobra Kaiser.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Go see Caesar Kaiser's show, Cobra Kaiser.
It's done now, but you could probably get it.
It's.
on
I'm sure
YouTube
it's
somewhere.
online. So.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of that show,
Cobra Kaiser.
Cobra Kaiser.
Cobra Kai?
Oh no,
No.
I've heard it's actually quite good though.
Yeah.
Is it
'Cause
like self-aware and funny, or is it
I think
very
it's like
serious?
self-aware and dramatic.
Fuck. All right.
But isn't it like? Isn't Johnny Lawrence the protagonist?
He is the
in that?
protagonist, yes.
I know.
And he's
that-
like a down on his luck loser who's like an alcoholic.
I know the like, what if this was a gritty reboot game has been done to death. You know how they did the reboot of the Karate Kid?
Yeah, with Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan and Jaden
Jaden
Smith.
Smith.
Yeah.
I didn't know Jackie Chan was in that.
He's Mr. Miyagi.
So what if instead of like, all right, how about this as a concept? You know, instead of gritty reboots, sometimes what they do is they do like spin-offs of like a side character that's kind of, but it's a different genre to the original. So Better Call Saul is the example I'm thinking
Yes.
of. It's a new genre. It's a spin-off. It's a different it's a 22-minute show, I think, down from whatever. Like it's a different show entirely. So like you're talking about if Cobra Kai, the show sounds like it's kind of like a serious reboot of Karate Kid as like a side thing. What other shows could you do that with? And let's riff on that.
oh man, probably so many.
What if you did like, I'm thinking like, what if you did a show about Newman from Seinfeld, but it's about him being like a psychotic, murderous serial killer?
That's actually like, or even just like an honest look at depression in the public service industry.
Yeah, that's what it's like. You do it
Yeah.
like you do the Joker for Newman.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I
a
think
riff.
But that sounds
Obviously,
more
the show is called Hello Newman.
Yeah, of course.
that sounds to me more like a feature film than it would long-term series, though.
Yeah, okay, maybe like a 10-part like
Like a Netflix series?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
a
I could-
10-part prestige.
Damn, I could vibe
Like
on
miniseries,
Damn,
yeah.
I could vibe on that.
Like a Chernobyl type deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could get on board with
Yeah,
that.
with Newman.
I mean, like, you could like obviously do so many based on this genre alone. I think.
Yeah, for
like,
sure. I'm just thinking like what else even exists. What if like there's all these Star Wars spin-offs? What Star Wars spin-off would you most like to see? Funny answers only, please.
Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda's
Baby
got his
Yoda.
own spin-off.
No, it's Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what? It would be great to see like a Salacious Crumb.
Man, as like what genre?
Side story, just a straight like family comedy, like in the style of Full House or Full House, and it's just like really corny.
What about The Sopranos, but it's Jabba the Hutt?
I mean, that's probably cool.
That would actually be amazing.
Yeah,
That
sounds
I
dope.
take that joke
That
back.
sounds dope
If
as
they
shit.
did like a proper mafia show,
Like
about,
the Hutts.
yeah, about the family, the Hutt family, who are famously a crime family on
Yeah.
Tatooine. That would be and do like a very gritty series, like Jabba the Hutt putting hits out on cunts and stuff.
Yeah,
you get the you get
Just
the
how do
bounty
you get
hunters
a-
in there,
how
Boba
do-
Fett and
How
shit.
do you get away with making it like entertaining with the way that like with Hutties?
You can't
though?
talk.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it's subtitles, but like you'd get pretty tired of that.
I mean, you say with anything else, I would agree. But all the scenes where Jabba the Hutt talks in Return of the Jedi, like the way Jabba the Hutt talks like out loud is hilarious.
I wanna
Where he's
s-
like, blah, 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 that shit.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. I'd watch that for.
I want to see a spin-off of that weird little creature that's with him. That's like,
yeah, that's Salacious Crumb.
oh right,
We've
right,
already
yeah,
done
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe like people have made jokes about like the Cantina Band, right? Surely that's
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
you do one about them, but it's kind of like almost famous, but it's about the Cantina Band.
You know who I would have loved to see? That hot, like a Twilight chick who's a Jedi in the first
Yep.
two
Sam's
prequels.
just
Yep.
handed me
Big
a
blue
boobies.
Facebook
Yeah.
article
Well, you know that
with Baby Yoda as Disney princesses.
oh, that's funny. You know, well, are you counting the two head tail things that she has as tits?
No, she's got big titties.
Right. And what does that have to do with the head tails? At what point are you fucking the head tails?
I mean, episode 2.
Yeah, fair enough. What?
Sam's in the process of moving out, so I think she's just trying to ask questions about things.
Oh,
sure,
right.
sure. I have to clean my house for an inspection coming up. I'm a little worried about that.
Yeah, I would be if
The
I was
cats
you.
have ripped up our carpet.
And it stinks of marijuana.
Yeah. It sure does.
Yeah, like a Ronin-style show of that hot Jedi would be kind of fun.
Yep. A Ronin
I mean,
type
that's
thing.
kind of like what the Mandalorian is, but
What about what if you did like what's like a very serious show at the moment?
like Better Call Saul, I guess.
That's not very serious. That's like-
Chernobyl.
yeah, okay.
But it's about it's a gritty like investigation into why the Death Star
okay.
blew up, and it's like the mismanagement. Why would someone build a
Yeah.
fucking
It's like, yeah, we all know that, you know, the rebels attacked it, but how is that allowed to happen?
and also like why would you build a structural flaw that allows the whole thing to be built up? And
they actually do explain that in Rogue One.
yeah, but then like the cover up of their empire.
Oh, so you
trying to-
include that in the story where it's like,
Absolute.
oh, there was an inside man
Absolute.
fucking it up on purpose so
Yeah,
that
yeah,
a movie later they could...
Absolutely, but it focuses a lot on like the workers who are just told like you know, because if you're like an average janitor,
This is obviously
this
gonna be- yeah.
this is also delving very far into we've
Kevin
just
Smith.
become Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
But like if you're a janitor on there, you probably haven't been told the structural like you're
Yeah.
not getting an induction package that says, by the way, at any time
Yeah.
this can blow up.
Yeah, of course. They're told it's like near indestructible.
And
It's you're going to get Death Star truthers here is the
yeah,
joke. Is what
a
we're-
mockumentary office style show about people working on the Death Star would be pretty funny.
yeah, College Humor kind of did that.
Did they?
Oh, they did an Undercover Boss with Kylo Ren. But
Right.
I feel
Driver
like-
actually came in and filmed it.
I feel like anything you could think of like that for
has
Star
been
Wars
done
has
by some
definitely
web
been done.
sketch team.
Yeah.
I think like if you did Loose Change, but it's about the Death Star, and
Oh.
then slowly uncover
And it's
basically
an
what actually
inside
did happen in
job.
Rogue One, that would be amazing.
That sounds pretty dope, actually.
Yeah, that would absolutely work.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no way that a single man could hit a target under 2 meters, and then it cuts to a guy in Tatooine and be like, I actually shot womp rats that were less than 2 meters.
What do you think's cooler, being a Jedi or being someone that loves karate?
Well, I would be like to be a Sith that loves karate.
Yeah.
Yeah, karate's pretty dope. Apparently, I was asking around, my new boss, he's got a kid who does martial arts, and I was like, do kids still do karate? Because karate's kind of out of vogue now with MMA, and like karate's not an effective martial art, apparently.
Yeah.
It's like you're better off learning judo or jiu-jitsu or taekwondo or muay thai or whatever. And so his kid's 5 and learning MMA, essentially.
Yeah, so has karate gone the way of the
Karate's
dodo?
gone the way of, what else has died out? The scooter.
Yeah, pogs.
The razor scooter.
Yeah.
Devil
No,
sticks.
no, the Razor Scooter
The Razor
is
Scooter's
kinda back
back.
in a way, yeah.
All right, well, let's get some, obviously.
Well, it's like
We'll ride them down to the blast.
It's gone the way of the CD.
Well, should like karate be a thing that's kind of like skateboarding, where every decade it has 2 to 4 years in vogue as
Yeah.
the hottest shit, and then the rest of it kind of like fades to the forefront.
Skateboarding's pretty cool right now.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
like it's having its
Yeah,
moment
it's having its
again.
moment
But like
again.
so instead of like surf, dive, and ski, it's like surf, dive, and geese, and it's just like karate.
Of course, surf diving gi.
Yeah, and it's karate geese.
Yeah, and all like
But,
sick
like,
dudes are
yeah.
wearing like the like active wear for it, but not
Yeah.
actually doing karate. Like, I just
Yeah,
like it.
you can get like a globe belt or an SMP karate
Yeah.
belt.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, yeah, I've got the fucking yellow belt, dude.
I'll be like down at the club pretending to do karate.
Yeah. Dan, son's pro karate.
Yeah, I'll be wearing a gi at the club. Like,
Yeah, how good? Yeah, did you ever do karate?
Yep.
For how long?
I think 2 turns.
Did you get a belt?
Yellow.
You obtained that, or you got it automatically?
You start on white. I moved up to yellow.
And what did you have to do to get your yellow belt?
I don't remember. I was 5.
Did you ever fight anyone?
No, I was 5.
Did you ever use your karate skills in real life?
No.
This sounds bullshit. What about you?
I got up to.
Sorry, except that one time I had to compete in the Netherrealm tournament.
Oh, wow. Did
Yeah.
Shao Kahn come?
Yeah, he did. It was pretty sick because I did karate for 2 semesters when I was 5.
Yeah.
I was able to actually rip his head off his chest, and his spine came out afterwards. And then a voice came over and said fatality. It was
Andrew
sick.
Hastings.
Yeah.
And
Flawless
then
victory.
you held on to the spine and started beating him with his own head.
Yeah, that's
and
a
it
given.
said brutality.
How long did you do karate?
Maybe like 2 years
25
or something like that.
Rod still is doing karate?
Loves karate.
Yeah, probably like 2 years. I got up to a green belt with 1 brown stripe.
And did you have to fight anyone?
No, you didn't fight. You did
Sparring?
sparring. Yeah.
But you never did a tournament like this one.
No.
How old were you? What was the oldest you did it?
Probably would have been like 8.
Yeah, that's fair enough, I guess.
I got the feeling that I never did karate.
You did ballet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do karate.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like a violence thing. I just think it
No.
was what was available.
I liked violence a lot when I was a kid. I liked
I
action.
love violence now.
Yeah.
But if I'd learned karate, you better believe I'd be using it to show up people who disrespect me.
Yeah,
But,
man,
like,
of course.
That's
That's what I use my roofing skills for.
Yeah. But I feel
That's
like
what I use
now,
my gun for.
if you could learn a martial art now, what would it be?
Probably jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu is pretty cool.
It's just very in at the moment. It's like
Yeah.
it's very practical.
Krav
apparently.
Maga is an in thing.
yeah.
Krav Maga is really bad for your joints.
Right.
Yeah, but you can be in the Mossad, dude.
Well, this is the whole fucking thing with it's not the Mossad, it's IDF. Mossad's the other
Mossad
one.
agents learn Krav Maga too.
Really?
Yeah, because it's a Jewish thing.
Yeah, I thought okay, fair enough. I thought it was invented by the IDF, but whatever. Apparently, the reason they do it is because there's like forced conscription in Israel to join the IDF.
Yeah, me and Caution had to do it.
Yeah, you have to learn Krav Maga. They use Cassie Workman was telling me about this because she taught Sistema, which was like similar.
Some of the shit that she was talking about that was psychotic.
Yeah.
Like they just put you in like a pitch black room and someone would be in there trying to stab you with a very real knife.
Yeah, that's sick.
Sick.
That's horrifying.
I love it.
She
Yeah, fucking rules.
she did that once.
Was it where she'd show how hard she can punch you? She did that to me a couple
We
times.
should
Yeah,
do
but-
that.
but
at,
she did the
Fuck
thing with-
Club.
She did the thing where she's like, I can hit you and it'll make a sound, but it won't hurt. And then she hit me, and I'm like, that really hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, she was fucking with you.
I don't think she was, because I had
It kind of sounds like
It kind of sounds like she just punched you.
no, because
she's just looking for a
Dude,
reason.
I have a trick to make punches not hurt. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, that is good.
no, we had a teacher in high school who was like a martial artist who could do that.
Yeah.
Heard
I had a teacher in primary school who was a drop bear.
Heard of the 1-inch punch?
I've seen him
Show
do
you a
it.
1-inch
Yeah.
dick, dude.
His name
Yeah,
was Mr.
well,
Buxton.
apparently with Krav Maga, it uses explosive energy. You're supposed to basically you fuck up your joints because it's very quick as opposed to smooth fluid sort of stuff. So Krav Maga's and the reason they do it is because in the IDF they only need you for 3 years, so they don't care if they fuck up your
That's
joints.
sick.
Which is that's pretty fucked up.
Man, maybe we should join
Probably the
the
most fucked up thing the IDF's ever done.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Probably the only.
Probably the only thing they've ever done wrong.
Maybe we should join the Mossad.
Yeah, sure.
Be pretty fun.
This is a pro-Palestine podcast.
Yeah. Okay. What about capoeira? Would you do that? That's kind of had its moment.
I would use it just for the club.
Brazilian fight dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would use it to pick up chicks
It's
and
probably
then find
the
their
one.
boyfriends
It's
at the
probably
same
the
time.
one. It probably is the one that looks sickest in the the kind of so if you're at a party and you're having a few beers and someone was like, hey man, Andrew Hastings does judo, and they were show us, and it was just you doing a punch or rolling someone
rolling
over,
someone on my
people would
back
be
or
like, that's
whatever.
lame. But if you were doing capoeira,
Judo is just what you call your money.
Very good, Rose.
It is what I call it too. But like if you were doing capoeira and you were doing like a handstand spinning around, you might get sucked.
You might
like
get
that
sucked
night.
pussy,
You might
yeah.
get sucked.
Particularly if
I
like,
don't want to go to that party.
particularly if you like pop your shirt off and you got some capoeira abs.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas if
Like
you
it's not women we hang out with wouldn't be into it, but there certainly are women who would be.
whereas if you did like Krav Maga, maybe a little less.
Yeah, Krav Maga. It's
Capoeira is the pussy getters fighting style.
well, the thing with capoeira, yeah, is I like the idea of being able to fight, to be able to like pick up a girl and fight his boyfriend at the same time. That's the dream. I actually did.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
I went to the Wikipedia page for capoeira like 2 weeks ago for
You
some
pass me a
reason.
bit?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Like quite recently. Yeah, can you get me one out as well? The reason apparently capoeira was invented is because they were like prisoners or some shit, and they had to train. Like this guy had to train the other prisoners how to fight so they could like rebel and escape, but he couldn't be seen showing them how to fight. So he made it look like dancing, but then secretly was teaching them to fight through the dancing.
That's sick.
Apparently capoeira is bullshit and doesn't work. Like apparently it's like kind of like
In Tekken.
I
Like-
could have told you that.
yeah, like like if you could just walk up and punch him.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, you could do. Oops. You could do that with so many things.
thanks. That's sick. I just got a gift.
Yeah.
I mean, like literally, if even a person that knows like Krav Maga, maybe like, and I know they're all like, it's about throwing people off balance, but like, if you're at a bar and someone just fucking socked you,
Yeah.
like, you're still gonna get hit.
Well, Krav Maga is very practical. Is the point of it? It's there's no tricks to it. It's showing you the quickest way to punch someone and stop getting punched by someone.
I'd want to learn
Well,
that.
hasn't like
And you like choke them straight away. And you go
Yeah.
straight for the balls and eyes straight away.
the last
Very
bit
dirty.
of this with the crane kick thing is like so heavily criticized
For
that
being
it's like a hack
unrealistic.
joke now where people are like, just push him over.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't think the crane kick is a real move.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No.
No.
But I would learn the Indonesian one from the raid, Pencak Silat. It looks cool. It's all about being fast.
I'd go 5-finger death punch.
Yeah, as in you just listen to Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah, like I do every night.
Yeah.
Yep, guys, it's time for me to go to my martial arts practice. I go to a dojo and listen to 5-finger death punch in my AirPods alone.
And you write riffs. That's just under like things to make her boyfriend upset.
Hell yes.
The
Yeah.
very end of this, right?
Pretty abrupt.
It's quite abrupt, but also where like Johnny like grabs the trophy and is like, "I'm giving it to you. I respect you now." Like that is terribly done and also so inaccurate for what life would be. Like if you're like too revved up teenager like that, I hardly think public humiliation is going to be the thing that like
Yeah, that's true.
all they're doing is waiting for him in the car park and fucking beating him up with baseball bats or
Yeah,
something. More.
That's how I'd do it.
Yeah. Well, no, I think
Call that pot of war.
I think you'd launch a much longer, more shadow campaign to like get them cancelled or something.
I mean, yeah, if we're being honest about it, that is much more my speed. Yeah. I think, what about that, the song? You're the
You're
best.
the best. I didn't realize that was actually in the movie.
No, I
so-
thought it
Neither
was a
did I.
South Park song.
So it really.
Oh no, I knew it was a real song. I
I
didn't
knew it
know
was a real
in this
song,
though.
but like the use of it really made me
It's
laugh.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Like it's so funny. You know, fucking Pat Narita was nominated for an Oscar for this movie.
I was gonna say that.
and he's like good in it, but like,
It's hardly an Oscar-worthy performance.
yeah, right.
But I read that apparently he'd mostly done like comedy before
Yeah.
this, so maybe it was just people like,
They
"Wow,
did-
look
yeah.
at his range."
Yeah, they respected that.
I watched this movie, by the way, while
High on drugs.
yeah, but like I had Charlie and
To
Fletch.
be fair, so did I.
Charlie and Fletch and Danny were around, and I was like, guys, I have to watch Karate Kid. Sorry, and made them all watch Karate Kid. Fletch was furious. He was so upset with me.
Really?
Yeah, but
He couldn't just sit back and enjoy Daniel's son.
He couldn't hack
What
it.
did he do?
He kept being like, "Can we just go back to watching and like name redacted here videos on YouTube?"
And you were like, no.
And I was like, after,
You'd be like, damn it, dude, I'm the boss here.
yeah, straight up, dog. Danny Giles came around for a hang though. It's good to
Yeah.
see him.
Did he like the Karate Kid?
He did. He had a great
He was
time.
much more amenable to it than Fletcher.
He was.
Sounds like Fletcher has some rage issues.
I think maybe.
You might be
I love
right.
that. I love that man.
Yeah, he's great. But
What is the motivation of the like
Salon Karate?
Cobra Kai leader old man.
To be the best around.
Yeah, I think he just wants to be. Like,
Nothing gonna ever bring him down.
He's like the varsity blues coach. But
it's
that
it's
doesn't
also
exist
in,
anymore,
it's
so-
like also interesting.
Oh, we probably should say that.
We should only mention what happened because we
we-
have referenced Yaz on the pod.
I
we
don't think we
we
have.
have a
I think the episode before we recorded it, we said, "Oh, we got Yaz coming."
we have a lost episode. We did
Yeah.
Varsity Blues with Yaz from the Mug Off,
Yeah.
but that is no more, which is a shame because it was a very good episode.
Yeah,
Andy showed empathy towards me, which was a nice moment.
that's true. I don't remember doing that, and I deny it. But I don't remember what happened.
That's why I deleted it.
It was really funny though. It was a good episode.
we told footballs. Oh, that's right. Was it just talking about you being trans?
Yeah, it was. Yes.
Yeah, that conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, we were still on football stories. It was great. No, whatever.
We'll re-record it at some point and hopefully.
or maybe do a
recreate.
different movie.
And
or
it'll be
something.
about karate this time.
Probably. We'll do Karate Kid 2 with Yaz from the Mug Off.
Yeah. Anyway, back to karate.
So anyway, he has the same motivation as the coach from Varsity Blues. His ego is at stake.
It's also very sinister to read it if you read that he's kind of a pedophile as well.
Yeah, I believe it.
Which I wouldn't dispute.
Well, because he's obsessed with like young boys being ruthless
yeah.
and
Yes.
physical.
I mean, have you met?
I love to be ruthless in the bedroom.
Sweep the dick or whatever. You know?
Sweep the clit.
And you're just like, I don't know if I should, master.
Sweep the clit.
Oh, the acting of the semi-final kid.
It's like Speed Racer. Where they're
Oh.
like, oh, like,
Yeah.
like it's so funny
It's
how
so
shocked they are at it.
Yeah, and it's so cartoonish. Like that one guy in the background when he's fighting Johnny.
There's also like the guy who like fucking intentionally disqualifies him, like immediately runs over super fast, and he's like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it." Whatever. It's
Yeah.
like it is. The people in Cobra Kai alternate between looking 40 and just like
Yeah.
having the most insane actor reactions
Yeah.
to everything.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like also like why do they initially pick on him? It's because he's trying to hit on Ali, right?
Yes.
I think
Yeah,
so.
that's the only reason.
Then he's like a karate kid, and they're the karate men. Like really, like he's the new karate kid in town,
And they're the
they've got
karate
an
men.
established karate gang.
Karate
And like
men.
maybe if he didn't like fuck up, like maybe if he didn't try to fuck his girlfriend, it would have just led him into Cobra Kai, and he could have been a high-ranking member.
They're very white. Maybe they just don't like Italians.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like that's it. Like my centerpiece song for the Karate Kid musical was "Bad Karate Boys," which was just all about like the way Cobra Kai operates, which I thought would be hysterical to like make them.
I think Cobra Kai's outfits are sick as hell.
Yeah, they're dope.
Black and yellow is a great combo on clothes, and like it looks very intense and like
Their
scary.
their outfits look like if you could get a silk version of them, you'd sleep in them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I sleep in an oxygen tent because it gives me
Sexual
sexual powers.
Yeah.
But also, you'd be wearing the like thing around your head. as
Yeah,
well.
I can't just quote The Simpsons.
What do you
jokes
call the? It's just a bandana, right? The Karate Kids
I
wear.
guess so. I'm sure there's a name.
No, it's not a bandana because a bandana is the square sheet that you fold into.
But
a
it's not like a
triangle.
buff.
This is like a rectangle thing that you fold up. Right. It's not a bandana. Bandana is a triangle folded. Like,
Yeah.
sorry, you fold a square into a triangle then refold.
Would you rather be a
definitely
Kar-
fold a bandana into?
Oh yeah,
that
I guess it is a
shape.
square. You can just fold it the other way.
That's what I did. I used to have that.
You are
Like, it
right.
was
You
just
are
the
in Cobra
reverse.
Kai.
No, it was Bloods
Yeah.
because it was red.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it could just be a bandana. But it would be like a martial arts bandana.
Yeah, it would have like a Japanese.
That
name or
used to
something.
be
I
like
think it's a longer, thinner wrap.
people wearing those used to be a real thing in punk, like pop punk.
Yep.
Which
First time I
back,
saw it in Shikari, the bass player was wearing one.
because he's into karate.
I would believe
I
that
think
he's
people
into
just
karate.
thought it was like this is an interesting thing to wear, and now you'd probably get pulled up for like cultural appropriation. The guy, one of the guys in my band, used to do that.
Cultural appropriation of what? Karate men or Japanese people? You mean?
Japanese people.
I don't
I think
know.
if you don't put like a rising sun on it, you're fine.
Yeah, like I think at some point it's just got to be considered a bandana.
I used to
right?
wear a bandana around when this was like a 2-week period when I was 20. I wore I wore a bandana. It was horrible. But I did the emo bandana thing, and like it was black, and you would never even think to read it as Japanese because I didn't have any Japanese.
Yeah,
stuff on it.
exactly.
Yeah, it was just a black bandana. So like
Yeah, I think that's pretty.
yeah.
fair.
I mean, it was a bad fashion choice.
yeah, but
looked
like,
horrible.
It probably actually looked sick. I reckon.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate the way you always support me.
It probably did look sick. You fucking,
Oh, man.
go over your hair, cover your ears a little bit.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you'd love that shit.
Yeah,
You'd be
I
all
would.
over it.
Yeah, I'm getting a haircut next week, and I don't know what I'm going to do.
What is this? The haircut?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm going to talk.
Do you
my
think
head.
the haircut's still coming, or do you think it might be?
It might be
done now?
after My Chemical Romance,
I'll expect
but I'll be
a
doing
lot of.
something a bit more sensible. I think.
I expect a lot of consultation on it in the Powerbomb group
Yeah,
chat.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
No, it'll just be Alex White telling me to get a buzz cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to join him.
man, that would be pretty funny.
Oh man,
Yeah. So karate's cool.
is it?
No.
It's very cool.
I think the fact that it kind of doesn't work very well makes it not
There's
cool.
like fucking 3 karate studios like in the like 500-meter vicinity
I'm
of
not
us
convinced
though.
it fucking works.
I used to like.
There's
'cause
no MMA karate fighters. Like,
I used to walk to work and watch people doing karate in the morning, and it was just so funny.
seems like they're mostly like, if you go past a karate studio, they're mostly like practicing kicks and punches on air or bags or pads. If you go past a jiu-jitsu studio or a taekwondo studio or whatever, they're fucking in there doing it. Like it's
Yeah, but
that's gonna be so much more beneficial.
Karate's not about fighting, dude. It's about a state of mind.
Right. Well, jiu-jitsu is about choking cunts out, so that's probably gonna win. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Karate, though, you did get to do the breaking the boards thing, which was fun.
I never got to do that.
Yeah,
I did that in
was
other places at other times.
I
but
fucking
not-
broke skulls
Yeah,
because
dude.
I grew up on the streets.
Yeah, I grew up on the streets of
I broke hymen.
Brazil. Hell yeah.
Because I had 2 large penises.
I grew up on the streets of Brazil, so I dance when I fight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
You're
not
a-
well. Like I kind of just like do a little bit of a bop.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up on the streets of South Central LA,
Fuck yeah.
so I dance as my fighting method. It's usually me and a crew
Yeah.
against another crew.
That would be Andrew Hastings' 2021 Melbourne Comedy Festival Favela Boy.
Oh fuck yes, baby.
And it's just you.
Now
with,
I'll
like,
show you some cultural
you with the-
appropriation.
yeah, you with the bandana, but covering like your nose and mouth as well, holding an AK-47.
I'll be there getting my
I was
ass out.
genuinely considering buying a bandana the other day.
Of course you were.
I'm surprised you haven't.
No, sorry. Not bandana, balaclava. I meant.
Why a balaclava?
Yeah, I also see that for you.
Yeah, I see it for you,
Like-
but like, there's no weather
like
reason to do it. here.
literally
Yeah.
for fashion.
A balaclava for fashion?
Yeah, dude.
Explain, please.
Yeah.
It
Also,
just
it's
made me look hard as shit.
also
Yeah,
it's
but where would you wear it?
Like on my couch. Like
oh, that's the funniest thing you've ever said. That is.
like on my couch.
Imagine
That's
sitting
like
at-
Smoking bongs
That's
through
like-
a balaclava.
Yeah,
like,
sitting
just
there
being like
playing.
I'm fucking hard as shit, dude.
That's like actually brilliant. Just like the idea that you were too scared to put it on anywhere
Oh,
else.
I don't think it's illegal to wear. I don't think it's even legal to wear them on the street.
But they're just the.
Oh, that happened once. I don't know. I might have told this on the podcast before, but I don't know. When I used to work in that bottle shop, there was like one night we were in there, and this dude walked in with a balaclava on, and he like put his arm like inside his jacket. And I'm like, holy shit, I'm about to have a fucking gun pulled on me. And then he pulls out a wallet and then ripped it off. And it was just like a regular who always came in. He's like, fucking cold out there, eh, boys?
Oh,
and
my Lord.
but he just had no idea.
How bad a liquor store, how bad that would
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
be.
yeah. I was like, fuck, man, you cannot do that. And he's like, oh, shit, eh? Yeah, sorry.
I really
I'm
just.
like, I was fucking terrified.
I really just love the idea of like it being me, but like a woman would probably be better of like just hang out with Hastings. He's like, hey, like we've had a good night so far. You want to go back to my place, smoke a little weed? And he walks in. He's like, oh, there's my cats, Undertaker and Kane. Slowly gets out a balaclava and just puts it on. He's like, now, do you want the first cone or should I have it? And they're just like,
I'm
oh
just
my
pi-
god, I'm going to get assaulted.
I'm just picturing you
That
sitting.
balaclava after already been hanging out with the vibe.
Yeah, you've
I
been
don't know
hanging
what
out
he's
for
trying
hours.
to hide.
I'm just picturing you sitting there in like flannelette pajamas, like
Yeah, it's more like that.
with a cup of tea, playing like wrestling video games, but you're just wearing a balaclava.
Just be like,
That would be such a funny photo.
Vet, I'll do the dishes later.
Now make me a hash brown sandwich.
Please, I do all the cooking in the house. Don't worry about
I
that.
believe that.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Man, it's not bad.
But yeah, what color would your balaclava be?
Black.
This one was
So good.
this one for the-
That's okay. Yeah, it makes more sense now what you're doing. Just
Yeah.
a way for you to do blackface, but get away with it.
Balaclavas
Essentially,
are just
Well,
fabric
it also,
blackface.
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
it looks like even worse blackface because it's got like
Yeah,
the kind of
it's got the
presentation
thing
of
cut
it
out
makes
for
the
the
lips
lips.
If they
look
didn't
like.
want me to fill that space with red lipstick, they shouldn't have put it on the
they
balaclava.
shouldn't have made the space available.
Yeah, they should have had it tight on my lips if I wanted it. But no, you give me an inch around my mouth. Of course, I'm
It would be
filming that with a
funny
bright
to
red
go
lipstick.
to dominatrix places and accuse people of gimp masks of doing doing blackface.
That's very funny.
Well, not just blackface, a whole body of
Hmm.
black latex.
All the way down.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The balaclava in the bottle shop story was, I would say, turquoise.
When's the last time you saw someone do blackface IRL?
In real life,
Yeah.
I've
I
never
have a
seen
kind of recent one.
I've never seen someone do blackface on purpose. Oh no, wait, of course I have. Swart Pete, my dude.
Oh, yeah.
I'm about to visit the land of Swart Pete's in 2 weeks, but I think
Oh, I
Swart.
thought you go to England.
I'm going to England, Holland, and the States.
Oh, cool.
But like, I'll be in Holland on, I think, the 28th of December. So like, there might be the remnants of
Dude,
my good friend.
If you get a photo, if you're in the photo with a Schwart Pete, we can post that.
Yeah.
If you get a selfie with a Schwart Pete, absolutely we'll
I'm
post that.
going to do that.
Yeah,
And it's going to be me dressed as Swart Pete.
yeah.
It's cool in
It's
Holland.
just a selfie.
It's allowed in Holland.
Yeah, they don't mind in Holland.
Yeah. What about this is the new logo for the podcast.
Oh, no.
All
Yeah.
right, so it's me in a balaclava.
Me dressed as Swart Pete.
yeah, but me on my balaclava, I've drawn in the lips.
Yeah. So what's
Yeah.
Rose doing?
Rose, what do you want to be?
Oh, I don't know. We'll keep talking and see what comes up.
Yeah. What's the most offensive thing you're obsessed with? Just a different way to do blackface, I guess, is the trend here. We're doing like ways to sneakily do
Well,
blackface.
Rose could do the dominatrix shit.
Yeah, okay, you're in a full gimp suit.
Or you could find the old photo of me.
Of you
where I
actually in
did
blackface, yeah. Yeah, it is funny that you did that.
I don't think we want that one.
I don't
Making the
want that
rounds.
one. I regret it.
A couple of years ago, there was like a birthday party. What year did Hotline Bling come out? 2015?
I got a feeling it was 2015.
15 or 16, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me think about it.
And someone went as the Drake meme or something
Yeah, someone went as Drake. And it was like a good friend of mine.
in brownface.
It was like, he wore like a full thing of like, it would have just, I guess, been like a darker,
He really
like a light bronzer or
He
a,
really fake tanned.
He was like, yeah, it was like he didn't fully commit, but he did enough that it was like, this is cool. But
Should
it's
I
like,
Yeah,
make
it'd be like
themselves look
it'd be
caramel.
like more fun to like go dress as Drake in whiteface and just be like, yeah, he's a white guy.
absolutely.
Or,
Yeah, 'cause he's
like,
Drake's half white, right?
Yeah,
No,
I
he's
think-
half Jewish, I think, which would make him kind of white.
well, his
Yeah.
name's Aubrey Graham.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
I like
Um,
your ideas about Jewish people that like you equate Jewish to like black, white, or Asian.
Wasn't the
like
front-
that you think?
Yes,
Jewi-
I
Yeah.
do.
It's a
It's an ethnic group.
no, okay, like that's like saying like Christians are an ethnic.
It's not at all. Judaism is a religion and an ethnic group.
Yeah, but not in the way that you think it is.
I understand there's big divergences with that. It's not like a
Yeah.
particular subset of genes that produce certain traits the same way like a white person or a Asian person, or not even like a Korean or Cantonese Chinese or Mandarin Chinese or whatever it is. Like,
Yeah, but still, like
yeah, I know.
it is funny that you like refuse to believe that Jews can be white.
I think they're like not. Yeah, they are white, obviously. Well, sorry, there are white Jews, obviously, but not all. Like you can be not white Jewish and nothing other than Jewish.
Yeah, but you can
Like
be
someone from Israel is probably not white. Like,
Yeah, true, but that's
Yeah.
like because of the place they come from. Like you can be a black Christian.
yeah. But
Yeah.
ignore the religion side of it. The religion has nothing to do with this. Like, just the
But
culture-
Judaism is religion.
Judaism is a religion, but it's also like an ethnic and cultural group. So, like, in a different way to Christianity or whatever it is. Be closer to like,
Do you mean more like being a Muslim, maybe?
no, because like Arabic is its own thing, and there are plenty of non-Arabic Muslims and stuff like that. And there are also non-Muslim, whatever. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure we're getting this wrong.
Yeah, look,
Let's
I don't
go
know
back to Drake. Didn't, like, Drake, the front cover of one of those singles he put out was him, like, doing the mammy blackface.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's black, so it's kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
I saw
when
people
he
trying to
does it.
cancel him for that, and I was like, shut up.
Yeah, I mean he's black.
But like,
I was
so,
trying
like,
to cancel him about that because he looked fucking
yeah,
stupid as
also,
hell.
He's like a pedophile. Like we should. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
he's absolutely
So I was
a
like,
pedophile.
let's not try and get him on a technicality on blackface. Let's just be like, hey man, stop texting 15-year-olds.
Mm.
I mean he's just offering support.
Yeah, seems that way. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
How's Millie Bobby Brown gonna know a guy likes her if Drake doesn't confirm it? You know,
That's true.
Like I could have used Drake texting me when I was 15 to know if Katie Horsburgh was into what I was putting down. Like
Well, I
if he
haven't
was
heard that
messaging
name on
me,
the
if he
podcast
was
for a
just
while.
messaging me, being like, "That's good, dog." Just,
Imagine being a 15-year-old girl from Castle Hill and you get a text from Drake.
Yeah.
And it says, Jamie Kirk's, do you like Jamie Kirk? YN, maybe. And it's like, why has Drake texted me this?
yeah, but you'd probably fuck.
Yeah, you
Drake.
kind of have to fuck one of you.
Yeah, and it'd probably be Drake.
Yeah, I mean, he's a pedophile.
Yeah.
Yeah, allegedly. I don't want to
Well-
get sued by Drake.
Yeah, you could, right?
Yeah.
He probably is pretty litigious. about
I'd
that
say
kind of
he'd be
thing.
very litigious.
He's allegedly a pedophile. Nothing's confirmed.
No,
But come on, guys.
and I'm just saying that I like his music.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I think. Hold on, let me think.
That's the problem. Is like Drake's output is so up and down musically, but like every time he's about to get cancelled is when he
comes
decides
out,
to
so
release
That's when
it
he
with a
drops
proper banger.
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
He comes out with
Yeah,
"Hold
so
on,
we
we're going
need-
home."
so
and
we
you're like,
need
all right,
Drake.
1 second.
So we need Drake to get cancelled for the music to be good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's really cool to like Drake anymore. I still like Drake. But
Liking Drake has always been like a bit of a joke because he was
Sure.
like the sensitive thing.
But it was still, I think, even then, it was still like, yeah, we all like Drake, but it's a bit silly. And now it's like, I think, like, you got booed off the stage at Camp Flognor.
Yeah, but for an
Oh, yeah, I saw
odd
that.
future thing, of course he did. Like,
I'm surprised by that. That still shocks me. I would have watched Drake.
No, they're
I don't like
all
Odd
the
Future,
like,
like,
shitty little kids who would be like, "Oh, Tyler the Creator."
Yeah, I think Drake's fan base is also quite young.
yeah. Yeah.
I've seen Drake live.
I've seen Drake live too. Slaps.
It was.
I loved it.
I didn't like mind it, but it was like quite funny.
Yeah, because he's
Like-
a performer.
Yeah,
But he
man.
he just got it a little bit wrong because you know how like people would like maybe sometimes come out with like because he's wearing like the big like fucking Lakers jacket
Yeah.
and then he's gone.
Some guys got a local sports team.
Yeah, so he's gone out the back for a second while the DJ plays some track, and then he walks back out. He was wearing a Wallabies jersey.
Oh, that's weird.
Which
That's
is
the
just-
wrong choice.
No, that's sick.
It was the wrong choice.
What would get the biggest, like a Blues jersey, maybe?
Like New South Wales origin jersey, like
You'd
Swans,
put on
maybe?
anything
Sydney
else, like
Swans.
Swans,
Yeah.
Because
like
that'd show off his guns too.
yeah, like literally anything else, like Australian rugby league jersey would
Yeah,
be
fucking
better than
probably, right?
No one gives it. Like Socceroos would have been.
Nah, people
better.
like the Wallabies more than the Socceroos. I
Nah.
People like the Wallabies, but not people at Drake concerts.
Yeah,
think. Ooh,
It's quite a
interesting
toffee sort of
point.
thing to be really into the Wallabies.
Yeah, but you don't think dropping $100 to go see Drake is like
No,
I think he was like $150.
I don't think 15-year-olds care that much about the Wallabies. I think it's going to be mostly kids. Like,
Yeah, well, I don't think 15-year-olds probably care. Like seeing a Drake concert would care that much about AFL, NRL, or
I reckon there'd be a shitload of Canterbury Bulldogs supporters in that crowd.
yeah,
I
that's
reckon
probably true.
You might as well get like I don't know what's something else Australian.
Yeah, I'm profiling.
Yeah.
I reckon the Blues jersey would have gotten the biggest reaction.
Yeah, Blues was my first thing.
Man, I just came up with the best Jackson Stewart joke. He should use this.
Yeah.
Where he's like, yeah, I'm profiling. I'm great at putting documents away. And just does a little thing.
Jackson, you can have that.
Yeah, that's a gift from me to you, dog.
Dear
He knows
me.
what he does.
I
I love that dude.
Oh man, he was saying something about you the other day.
I bet he
It's so
was.
funny to see like the mentor-mentee relationship play out.
Yeah. It's because I found him repulsive when I met him. And now I'm like, I want this guy to be around me all the time just so I can show him how to live. Like, just so I
Yeah.
can, like...
You're like the Barney Stinson.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm gonna teach you how to
Absolutely not.
live.
I'm the Mr.
Like,
Miyagi, cunt. I'm the, he's my Daniel son.
Yeah, whack me on.
Yeah,
Whack me off.
Yeah, whack me.
Whack me good.
Yeah.
Whack me deep.
We've already done, okay, so we've done wax on, wax off. We've done sweep
Upstroke,
the clit.
Upstroke, downstroke.
So what about, what if we do like, fuck you minute. Put it in a body bag, and a body bag is what I call a pussy.
Yeah, that-
Well, I was thinking a bag for like condom,
yeah.
so it'd be
Yeah.
like the call to come.
Mine was grosser though.
yeah, yours is grosser.
Yeah, but put it in the sproggy bag.
Froggy bag. Yeah, dude. Hastings been spitting some fire today.
Yeah, I'm serotonin depleted.
The
It's
out-
good for the riff.
The output is good.
The output is hot, baby.
Yeah, I like that. I mean,
Yeah.
sex is always good, huh?
No,
Not
it's very
always.
much not always good.
I had some pretty good sex last night.
With who?
I'm not telling you.
Yeah,
No, you
With-
could probably figure it out.
Let's do that thing they do on the mug off. What race?
They were what? Yeah.
Was it your dad?
Yeah, it was my dad.
Yeah, I thought it
I had after Good Things Festival, I went and had sex with my dad. That's what I did.
And he was like, mate, you aren't even good.
Well, you know how some people...
He was like, you know who's best to have sex with in my family? I got a ranking of them.
You know how there's always those stories of people taking cabs or like acid, sometimes usually it's cabs,
And having sex
and they'll
with
call
their
their parents and be like, I just want to say I love you. That's like a lame thing to do. I did that, but it ended
But
somehow...
you set up a booty
somehow
call
it
with them.
ended us...
Just
so
like, Dad,
I
I've
was
got a hotel room.
Dad, I've had 2.5 pingers.
I've got a hotel room.
I've got a hotel room.
Do you want to come stay at the Radisson?
Yeah, do you want to come? Yeah, and my dad was like he didn't like he was so cooked as well that he.
Yeah. Well, your dad was at the festival as well.
Yeah. Well, my dad's the bass player for a Day to Remember.
3.5 fingers.
He's just on stage being like, I love you, son. And he's just pointing at some other black-haired kid. And you're just like, oh, man.
He's pointing at the best halfback in his school. I love you, son.
Pointing out like Carmichael Hunt. Or
yeah,
something.
yeah, exactly. Oh, man. Are we good? What time are we done? Oh, man, we can wrap this up.
Yeah, we're 50. Let's wrap up.
Yeah, all right.
We fitty.
We fitty.
We fitty, Doug.
We fitty, Doug.
Oh, man. What else? What up? Hello.
Oh, I thought we were done.
Yeah, no, we are done. What's that thing we do at the end? Powerbomb.
Plug things.
Power B comedy.
Power B comedy, 17th January. Matt O'Kine is headlining.
Matt O'Kine, baby, one of Australia's biggest Ryan. I was having a conversation with a friend recently about the future of the comedy scene, and I honestly
And you
believe,
kept saying you, but they were like, please take this seriously.
I think at this stage, like Matt O'Kine is the heir apparent to Will Anderson. I think that's fair to say.
But you don't think? Oh, that's interesting because like the conversation could be made like, would Matt O'Kine maybe even try follow like the Ronnie Cheng model now that Cheng's doing, or is he content to do the Will Anderson model and just be the biggest cunt in Australia?
Will Anderson does
cunt
go to
in
LA.
a good way. Not a bad
Will
way.
Anderson does go to LA for a few months.
Yeah, but he
every
never
year.
cracked it the way Cheng did.
No,
Yeah.
and also like
His
Gadsby.
bones
You've also got
turned
Gadsby
to-
and Cody's doing really well overseas as well.
Yeah.
Like there's plenty of shit. Like so, it's I don't know. But look, to be honest, if all those guys keep going to America when they start doing well,
Oh yeah,
that's great news for us.
I thought you were just gonna say you, which is so.
Oh no! I never wanted to be famous. I don't want to be a massive comedian. I just want to be able to do it as a job.
You just want to be able to fuck.
I want
your
to
fans.
headline
yeah,
Glastonbury.
basically. Like, that's. I want to be like a local celebrity. That's the dream.
Yeah.
Do you reckon you could get big enough at comedy that they'd let you headline Glastonbury?
Tim Minchin headlined a home bake, so no.
Yeah, how many years did Homebake last after that?
Yeah, I think it was like literally the last one.
Yeah.
Man, would you?
Home bake was great.
Would
I never
you,
went.
based on like how comedians are like treated at music festivals generally, which is usually quite poor, would you accept? Would you do Download Festival
Yeah,
like this one?
this one.
I'm not paying you though.
I'd do it.
It's free.
I've already got my ticket and I'm doing it anyway.
It's 8 hours before My Chemical Romance coming on.
How long's the spot?
30.
30 minutes.
30.
Yeah.
Fuck. People.
And I'm doing that for free. I'm not doing 30 minutes for free.
Okay, but now
Yeah.
you're doing it
Yeah.
at 9 p.m. MCR going on at 9:45. You're essentially they're going on at 9:30. You're essentially you're introducing them to stage,
Do I
which
get to
means
Do I get to watch from backstage?
you get to watch from backstage and you get to be backstage with them.
Yeah, of course I'm doing it.
You're doing it for free.
I'm doing it. I'll pay money to do it. Like
How much money?
to meet MCR and watch from the
I'm
side
just
of the
gonna
stage.
start. I'm just gonna start tweeting to Download Festival people and being
To-
like, "You gotta get Hastings on."
to meet them and
I'll say that
watch
you're
side
dying.
of stage and like also perform comedy there.
Yeah.
$1,000.
But you think like you're weighing this up against the fact that like people have been waiting how long?
Wait, so I'm on the main stage.
You're
Trying to do-
You're bringing MCR on to a fan base that who knows they've been broken up for what 10 years almost.
Close, yeah.
Yeah, and so who are chomping at the bit. Jimmy Eat World has sustained them. They liked Jimmy because who wouldn't?
Yeah.
But then you're on, and the whole time they are like, "But this could be MCR right now."
Yeah, and
Like, you'd have to come out
I'm
fucking
doing
swinging.
comedy and then bringing them on.
Yeah.
I'd do it and just take the booing.
Hey guys, just before we bring your band on, I'm just gonna crack a couple of jokes for you.
Yeah. But like, I feel like Hastings, if anyone would like, he'd at least come out.
Hey, you
looking
guys
like
going?
an
You good?
emo.
Yeah, I could probably even write some tailored jokes for it.
Yeah, but I think
make
like
the effort.
I-
They still
you know,
would not like.
you know
it.
what I think might be a problem?
Yeah.
Is that like literally, and like I don't mean this as an offense to anyone,
Yeah,
but
you're
like
a bad comedian.
no, it's got nothing to do with that. I was
Yeah.
like at opening for a band like My Chemical Romance that have been inactive for that many years, you walk on stage just being you to a crowd of, let's say, 5,000 people, maybe, that don't really even know what comedy is in Australia. They might think you're doing, like, emo cosplay. Like, they might think that you going
I've
out...
dressed up as an emo.
Yeah, like, the fact that you're going out with black hair and tattoos, like, they might think you're making fun.
I would
I'd believe
verbally
that.
give context for what I'm doing.
Yeah, but I like that. It could be
That
a
could
nice
still
edge.
it could still go the wrong way, but like I think I would take that into account and try
It
and-
wouldn't work in any way, I
I'd
think,
bomb the whole
because
time.
like music.
But you'd love it.
to
Or-
meet My Chemical Romance. Yeah,
Yeah, but even like the idea that like you're bombing in front of those people, but you get to bring them on. That's like still pretty cool.
yeah, it's great. Very exciting.
But like music within the context of comedy can work, but comedy in the context of music does not ever work.
I just think like
The only reason it can be okay at Splendor is because you're in your own tent.
the only reason I wouldn't book you for it,
yeah,
and again, not offense,
Yeah.
is that like no matter how you did, good nor bad,
yeah.
I think it would be genuinely harmful for your mental health going on like Facebook and YouTube stuff being like, who the fuck was the comedian before?
Oh,
and
that's
why-
true. I'd
and
probably end up
why-
killing
and
myself.
why
Yeah,
did they-
you'd feel
And, like, not, like,
humiliated
and
in
they're
front
not-
of your
then-
You're right,
greatest
you're
hero.
right.
But they're not
So-
even saying anything good or bad about you.
Yeah.
Like, and say you had the set of your life, but it would be a bunch of people just being like, why the fuck did they put a comedian on before MCR?
Yeah,
and like,
true.
I feel like you'd read those and you'd be
You
very
read the
upset.
articles about this tremendous
Yeah.
misstep made
This is,
by
again,
the Download
one of the many
Festival.
reasons I don't want to become famous.
Yeah.
I can't handle the public criticism.
All right, cool. To the next step.
Oh, fucking hang on. Let's plug more things.
Well,
Like,
who's the first headliner of Getty's in 2020?
We haven't booked one yet.
Really? Because I actually know a
Interesting.
comedian
Yeah,
who'd be
he's
just perfect.
he's just coming off
Jamie
getting
Kirk?
booked for opening for My Chemical Romance.
Man, let's do it. 2020, let's all be headliners, baby.
Yeah, Papa Getty's third Tuesday of every month. Please come.
That'll do.
I'm Rose Alice Piper on Twitter and Instagram.
I'm at Andrew Hastings on Twitter.
I'm Andrew Hastings 11 on Instagram.
That's true.
To the next step.
To the next step.
Sweep the clit.